Hi, I'm Chris Whitley-Jones, the Managing Partner at PRB Accountants in Haywards, Heath. If you've received a letter from HMRC asking for information, or you suddenly realise that you have left something off your tax return, here are some tips on what to do. Firstly, don't panic. If you have not deliberately done something wrong, you may be looking at a bill for tax and some interest and possibly a penalty. Even if you have acted deliberately, HMRC prefer to get money out of you rather than try to send you to jail. In cases of fraud, they have never prosecuted someone who came forward and voluntarily disclosed what they had done. Who is the letter from? If it is headed Special Investigations, don't try to deal with it yourself, especially if it says, "We suspect you of serious fraud." Get some help. Although that may be costly, it will save you a lot of grief. If it is from someone else at HMRC and you don't want to pay an accountant, you can probably handle it yourself, but be aware HMRC's published advice is not always right, particularly if your facts are a little out of the ordinary. If you've done something wrong, admit it. And if you've got other things wrong that HMRC haven't asked about, admit them too. If they discover something further down the line, they are likely to be very tough. Don't get too worried if the letter sounds aggressive. HMRC often use words such as require and need, but actually they have little power to require anything. They also often raise the spectre of penalties at an early stage and say that if you cooperate, these will be reduced. Cooperation doesn't mean doing as you are told. It means not obstructing HMRC or ignoring their letters or creating long delays. If HMRC want a meeting or want to speak to you on the phone, remember that they have no right to do so. That is not to say don't speak to them, but rather to realise that if you choose to meet or call, you are doing so voluntarily, and as such you can call the shots. If you would rather not speak to them, don't. You are entitled to ask them to put their questions in writing. However, you should then respond relatively promptly. At PRB Accountants, we are used to dealing with HMRC, so if you need some further advice in this area, give us a call and we'll be happy to help.